Hello friends, welcome to Microsoft Access Advanced Training 2013 course, and I hope that you will get the maximum benefit out of these advanced tutorials or advanced tools of learning Microsoft Access 13. In this very first video, what we're going to do is we will understand the very first component of Microsoft Access. There are basically four components in Microsoft Access: tables, queries, forms, and reports. When it comes to tables, what advanced feature I would like to discuss with you all is creating tables using application parts. Now, when you're ready to make your first table, you can either build it from scratch or use application paths as a starting point. You could even save your own application paths for future use. So now let's create our first table and we'll use application paths while doing it. In order to create an application paths table, what you need to do is you need to go under the Create tab, and on the left hand side over here you will see that there's application paths. We need to click on that, and here you will see there are pre-created database templates. Some include not only tables but combinations of forms, tables, reports as well. We are going to use this contacts application part, and when you click on it, it will ask, do you want to close all the other open objects? You could say yes. There was one table open which needs to be closed. Okay. Now, as soon as you open that table, you will see that there is a table, one query, 3 forms, and 4 reports that have been automatically brought into your database. Now, we are not going to use most of these. We will be focusing only on this table. So let's start deleting the other objects. In order to delete the other objects, what you could do is you could right click on them and click on this delete button. Since I have a lot of objects to be deleted, I can use this shortcut wherein I can highlight the first line or the first item that needs to be deleted. Press your shift key and select the very last object, and you can click on delete. You cannot undelete forms, reports, and modules. You want to delete, you say yes. You cannot undo once you have deleted, so make sure you do not want them. Now, I also want to rename these contacts table as customers. I want to call it as customers. So in order to rename this, what you could do is right click on it and click on this rename button. I want to give this table a name as customers. Okay. Now let's open up this table. Just double click on it, and you could see that all the fields of this table would now open up. There are various fields over here starting from ID, company, last name, first name, and so on. Now there are many fields over here which are not going to be useful for me. We could delete them, but as of now, let's keep them and understand how it works. Now click on these fields, and here you will see the data type. What kind of a data type these cells are basically? The ID field is an auto number. An auto number acts as a counter. It starts with 1, and every time I would add a customer to it, it will automatically increase to 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Okay, so if I start typing a record over here, the first number would be 1, and then it would continue as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't have to type anything in myself. Also note that it is not an accurate count of how many records are there in the database. Say for example, if I delete a record number 14, then the counter would then go like 12, 13, 15. Since 14 was deleted, it will not be seen. The numbers do not get reused. Okay. Let's look at the other fields as well. This company field is a short text. It will be the name of the company. Similarly, last name, first name is all a short text. Let's look at this zip code. Zip code is again a short text. Now, even though zip code is made up of numbers, you will call it as short text because you don't do calculations on zip codes. You don't add up your zip code and then I add up your my zip code to it and make a third location. The number data type is used for things that you basically have to add, subtract, multiply, divide. Okay, only those quantities are kind of used as numbers. So for zip code, again, it's going to be a short text. If you scroll down further, you will find a field called web page. Now this web page will be an hyperlink. Hyperlinks are either for internet URLs or email addresses, as you must be aware of that. If you want to move on to the next field, you can use the tab key on your keyboard and you'll move to the next field, and you will see that notes is a long text. It can also be a memo. It is also called as a memo, and here you can it allows you around 65,535 characters can be entered over here. Okay, using the tab key. Now attachments. Now this attachments is the data type is an attachment wherein you can store documents like Word files or Excel spreadsheets. This is a good place to save your contracts or copies of purchase orders. And yeah, moving further, now these two fields are calculated fields. These two are something different, very interesting, like something like I like to tell you. But before we see what these calculated fields are, I would also like to show you various other data types over here. We have seen short text, long text, number. There's also date or time, currency, a yes no field, OLE object or OLE object, hyperlink, attachment is what we saw. So these are basically the data types of fields that could be created. Now I want to show you what this calculated field is. So I'll just type in a record over here. As I told you, you need not type anything in the ID. If you want, you could type an ID which you want, but I'll prefer Access choosing it. Now let's say there's a customer B's Beverages, a customer of the case study which we have taken up, Geno's Foods Limited. It is their customer, B's Beverages, and the last name of the person over there is, say, Albert, and the first name is John. Okay, now just observe these. Now you can see the ID has automatically come in, as I already told you, the unique ID, and you will see that the contact name is John Albert, his first name and last name, and file as is Albert John. So these two were like the calculated fields which automatically appear. Now let's say I do not want these fields, I want to delete them. I could delete them, but before you do that, I might want to use them for future use, and there these fields could be important. So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and show you how to save these tables as an application part for future use. In order to save this template, you need to click on this file, go to the backstage, click on File button, click on Save As, and you want to save it as a template basically. Once this template is highlighted, click on Save As, and here are a few details that you'll have to fill it in this form. So what name you want to give, you could give the name as, say, Customers Table. You could also put in some description if you want, though it is not compulsory. It gives you an opportunity to give it a category. I'm going to keep it users template only. If you'd like to associate your own icon over here with your application part, you can put it right over here. Right now these fields are grayed out, the primary table and installation form. So for that I need to select this application part over here. You need to tick that, and then you can select something in this primary table. So when I click on this arrow over here, there's only one table, the default one, that is the customers that you want to include. So I click that. Also, if you want to include the data in that new application part, you can check this box. We're going to leave this blank. Okay, and I would click OK. Now it says your template has been successfully saved, and you click OK. So now when I go to the Create tab and look under the application part, you will see that this table, customers table, has been created. This template has been saved right here. Now I can go ahead and delete these fields if you want. If you want to delete, just delete, press the delete key, and if you want to permanently delete, just say yes. Okay, so we have made kind of lot of changes in this table as of now, and you want to save them. So you just need to click on the save button on the top here, and the table and the changes that you made in them are now saved. So far in this video, we have learned how to create a table using application parts and also some of the field properties on the table tool ribbon.